Today, China is standing against the United States in almost every geopolitical arena. Trade, technology, military influence, global alliances. And while America is slowly losing its dominance, China is expanding its power across the world. What's important to understand is this. This shift didn't happen because of a direct war between the two. In many ways, the United States unintentionally helped create the very rival now challenging its global power. And once that process started, it became very hard to stop. This power shift isn't theoretical, it's already changing how the world works. Right now, many parts of the world depend on China for critical goods, technology, and infrastructure. That dependence gives China leverage, not through force, but through systems. This is why the rivalry between the United States and China is shaping trade decisions, technology policies, and global alliances. It's not a future problem, it's already happening. This rivalry wasn't created by accident. It grew out of a deal that made sense at the time. China made a strategic decision. It would open its economy to the world, global trade. And the United States saw an opportunity. The United States strongly supported this move because it benefited the U.S. economy. The belief was simple. Trade would lower costs, boost profits, and integrate China into a system led by the United States. At first, it worked exactly as expected. American companies gained cheaper production. Consumers gained lower prices. What the United States never expected was that this would create consequences this serious. As companies chased lower costs, manufacturing didn't just move to China. Knowledge moved with it. American companies brought factory designs, production systems, and management know-how. Chinese workers learned how global manufacturing really works, how to scale fast, how to improve efficiency, and how to meet international standards. And once that knowledge was learned, it didn't disappear, it compounded. Factories became faster, supply chains became tighter. Entire industrial ecosystems formed. Over time, China stopped being just the place where things were made. It became the place where manufacturing power was built. At first, this was just about efficiency, making things faster, cheaper, at larger scale. But scale doesn't stay neutral for long. When one country manufactures more than everyone else, it begins to control the rhythm of global trade. Suppliers move closer, talent concentrates, costs drop even further. Soon, it's not just cheaper to manufacture there, it's harder to manufacture anywhere else. Entire industries start depending on one place. And when that happens, economic scale quietly turns into strategic power. For a long time, American companies designed products. Chinese factories built them. Both sides benefited. But over time, something changed. Chinese companies began designing, innovating, competing.
Agreed. The prototype
Supply
is stable.
chains that once served global brands started serving domestic ones. Confidence grew. Ambition followed. China was no longer just part of the global system. It was beginning to shape it. Eventually, the United States began to see the risk. Too much production was concentrated in one place. Too many critical systems depended on a single country. What once felt efficient now felt fragile. But by then, changing course wasn't simple. Manufacturing doesn't move overnight. Skills, suppliers, and infrastructure are built together. Pulling them apart comes with real costs. So the rivalry didn't explode suddenly. It slowly took shape. Through trade restrictions, technology limits, and shifting global alliances. So why did the rivalry actually begin? not because the two countries suddenly turned against each other, but because the balance changed. What started as efficiency became dependence, and when dependence grows too large, trust gives way to caution. That's when cooperation turns into competition. Not because of ideology, not because of hostility, but because power stopped being evenly shared.